Do you ever find yourself wondering if she's thinking about you as much as you're thinking about her? It's a common dilemma in the world of dating and relationships. But here's the truth. If you're the one constantly initiating calls and texts, it might be time to shift the dynamic. Today we're diving deep into the art of making her reach out to you eagerly every single day. So if you're tired of being the one to always make the first move, stick around because this video is tailor-made for you. Get ready to flip the script and become the magnet that draws her in effortlessly. We've curated 7 powerful tips that will have her dialing your number and hitting send on those texts like clockwork. From subtle strategies to irresistible techniques, we're about to unveil the secrets to becoming the center of her attention. So, if you're ready to transform your communication game and have her eagerly waiting for your next message, you're in the right place. Let's dive into these game-changing tips together. Compliment her frequently. To make a woman want to call and text you every day, the first thing you need to do is to make her think about you all the time. And the quickest way to do that is by giving her genuine compliments whenever you can. Women really enjoy feeling special when a guy says nice things about them. They don't usually worry if the compliments are true or not. They just love hearing them. So make sure to take advantage of this. Don't miss any chance to give her compliments. A good scenario to use this is if you're setting up a date with her. If she looks amazing in that red dress, tell her. If her perfume catches your attention first, let her know. If her makeup is on point, tell her she's the most beautiful girl around, or at least in the room. Doing this will make her think about you more, leading to more calls and texts. But remember, she gets compliments all the time, so be unique to stand out. Sure, telling her she's pretty is a good start, but as time goes on, you can dig deeper with your compliments. Notice things others might miss, like her fashion sense, positive attitude, or problem-solving skills. Doing this will quickly make you one of the top guys she cares about. Change your daily routine. Do you want to get a lady to call and text you? Then change your daily routine. Let me break it down for you. Let's give you a scenario. If you work at a bank and she's at a tech startup, even though it's not set in stone, you both usually call and text around 8 p.m. every day. Now, if you want her to start reaching out first, mix things up. Try not texting her for a few days if you're usually the one who initiates contact. If you do it right, she'll start texting you instead. Let's share a story with you. There was this guy who adored a girl and did everything to make her happy. But as time passed in their relationship, he noticed he was always the one starting conversations, from calling to texting. Every night at 11 p.m., he'd send her a goodnight text like clockwork, unable to sleep until he did. But it didn't feel right. So he decided to stop communicating and changed his texting routine. It was tough at first, but eventually, she started reaching out first. When she realized she couldn't predict his texts or calls anymore, she began to initiate them. So, if you want her to call and text first, surprise her by changing your routine. Ask open-ended questions. Ask her questions that show you're interested in her, care about her, and want to know her better. This will make her feel special because nothing makes a girl think about a guy more than when he makes her feel like she's the most important person in the world. And when she starts thinking about you, she's much more likely to call and text you. While this trick might seem simple, many guys find it hard to use when talking to women. If you're one of those guys, it's time to make a change. The best way to ask open-ended questions is by listening to what she says. Let's say you're chatting with a lady and the conversation starts to slow down. You can spice things up by asking some open-ended questions. For example, if you're talking about pets, instead of asking, "Do you like dogs or cats?" you could ask, "What's your preference, dogs or cats?" It's a small difference, but asking open-ended questions is a powerful way to connect with women. You don't even have to mention specific animals. You could simply ask, "What's your favorite type of animal?" This lets them open up about their lives, or at least encourages them to. Use the flower trick. Let's talk about the flower trick. Surprisingly, not many guys know about it, let alone use it. If you're in the dark about this trick, let me enlighten you about its significance. The flower trick involves sending her flowers with notes that have sweet messages written on them. It's a guaranteed way to touch her heart and make her fall for you. Imagine coming home from work tired, and you find flowers with a note saying how wonderful you are. You'd feel so touched that you'd want to call the person who sent them, right? It's the same for ladies. Sending a woman flowers with messages like, "I know you had a hard day, just wanted to remind you how special you are," or "Your presence makes me believe in angels," can really make her feel loved. This might make her feel emotional enough to start calling and texting you every day. But let me tell you, if you're only doing it to get something back, and it's not really who you are, it won't work. It's not honest. Many guys try to win a girl over with flowers and stuff at the start, but then they stop later on. That's not showing her the real you. Be careful with the flower trick. Only use it sometimes to make it special. Don't send flowers to her all the time or even twice a week. That can change from being nice to being annoying. Women don't like it when guys do too much or seem desperate. If you overdo the flower trick, you might come across as desperate or fake. So, use the flower trick wisely. Find out what kind of flowers she likes and send them with romantic notes. Don't go overboard with it, and you might find yourself receiving calls instead of making them. Flirt with her. Lots of guys don't understand how powerful flirting can be. Some even ignore it completely when trying to impress women. Let's be clear. If you want her to call and text you, always take the chance to flirt with her. Women enjoy it when guys they like flirt with them or give them intense looks. They'll do a lot to impress a guy who does this. Never see flirting as a game. It's way more than that. It is the fastest way to create emotional connections. Even words can't explain. And for the record, girls only text and call guys they feel emotionally attached to. Anyway, once you get really good at flirting, women will start to like you and want to be near you all the time. They'll text, call, and even come over to your place whenever they can, just to see you. They'll do whatever it takes to get your attention. So if you're one of those guys who think flirting is useless, you should change your mind and start using it to get women to call and text you every day. Listen to her. Listen to her. It's simple. Be quiet and pay attention. Yup, you heard me. Listen carefully to everything she says, and only speak up when it's important. Many girls love to talk about everything, like their day, work, friends, and even childhood memories. If you meet a girl like that, your job is to listen while she talks. You wonder how listening to her could make her call and text you every day. Let me tell you, it's all about listening. When a girl talks and you add good comments or say things that matter, it makes a special connection between you two. It shows her you're dependable and can help her when she needs it. Girls like guys who can solve their problems. Once they see you as one of those guys, they won't hesitate to call or text you. As a guy, you should know what she wants, even if she doesn't say it out loud. Ignoring what she says is one of the silliest things you can do when dating. Listening to her talk doesn't cost anything, so why wouldn't you? You can suggest topics to talk about or simply listen when she shares her thoughts. Believe me, if you use the trick of paying attention to the details and what she says, you'll soon see her calling and texting you. Women always have something on their minds, whether it's with their friends or their best friend. You should aim to be their best friend, especially if you're interested in dating them. Make yourself a priority. Lots of guys make a big mistake by giving up everything they care about just to be with a girl. They do crazy things to make her happy, like borrowing money for an expensive dinner or giving her money even though they don't have much. If you're one of those guys who puts girls before themselves, here's your answer. That's why she never calls or texts you. Women are smart. They can tell when a guy will do anything for them. But strangely, they don't always appreciate those guys and might just keep them around without committing. So the way to make a woman see you as important is by putting yourself first. Don't do things that make her happy, but hurt your own well-being. Show her you have a life beyond just being with her. If you usually have a lot of free time, try picking up new hobbies or taking on challenges to keep yourself busy. The idea is to let her know you have other things going on in your life. Once you do that, she'll start to see you as more of a challenge, someone mysterious and not easy to figure out. And when that happens, you can count on her calling and texting you every day. Alright guys, we've come to the end of this video, and if you enjoyed it, do well to click on the like and subscribe buttons. Don't forget to check other videos on our playlist. We've got some amazing contents for you. See you in our next video.